wonderful name of God. Amen. I am Venus Lafortune Chadel Kwamuo, the last-born child of Mrs. Kwamuo. The things I'll never forget about my mother are her advice. She advised me to be a caring person. During the time of lockdown, when people were not able to move around and look for food, she cooked food and called people to come and have that food. She did it with a willing heart. She also taught me that everything you accept to do, you should do it with the willingness to do it and not be forced to do it. You shouldn't waste time, as you don't know how tomorrow will be, and you should seize the time you have. You should have the spirit of unity and act like sisters and brothers, and don't take advantage of each other. She always advised me to learn how to cook from her, as there might be times that are hard, which she will not be there to provide for us.
Twice grace that taught my heart to hear, and grace my heart breathes. Just in that grace appeared, there I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace had brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home.
You are all welcome. My beloved Delphine Kwamuo, this is a true history of love that myself I didn't believe. You met in 1995 at high school, just few months before my mother passed away. Delphine Kwamuo was always there for all my assistance. She was just like mother, father, friend. In all, she was everything for me. I will calling her sometime my all-in-one. In addition, since we met and started living together, things were not always rosy as people thought. But what I will never forget about her is no one will never know what is going on in her own house, because she always believed that any problem has a solution, and always remind me that if most marriage have frustration, it's because when something happens in the house, you carry it out, you start sharing, and that sharing starts creating problems. The reason why all our problem was inside the house. and no one else could ever imagine that you can have certain problems. But in general, I can tell you that in 98%, it was joy. It was joy. It's just that in man nature, sometimes they can be misunderstanding. But I thank God that you always find a way out. Delphine Kwamuo, a humble, kind, and hard worker, and always ready to forgive those who hurt her. That spirit helped us to build a strong association called ACAS, that is an acronym of Association of Cameroonians in Eswatini. Without that spirit of forgiving, it could not be easy for me to do something as a leader of the association. Always, maybe in the association, when you have troubles, you come back all the night thinking, what can we do to solve this particular issue? Sometimes we find ourselves sleeping at 5 o'clock in the morning. Brainstorming, what can we do to solve this particular issue? But by God's grace, always you have the answer. And the reason why you can understand today, the Cameroonian united in Eswatini. She made our community well known nationally through her cooking potential, because every year Alliance Française used to invite us during the Francophonie days as community to come and showcase. And during those occasions, they invite the various community in Eswatini, and the ambassador, all of them are invited. Most of the time when they visited Cameroonian stand, no one wanted to go again. It was the stand that everyone wanted to stay and eat the food. It was the Canadian ambassador come to our stand and asked, what is your profession? The question was asking to Delphine, what is your profession? She said, I'm a teacher. She replied, can you cook like this and be a teacher? She said, I'm a teacher. Sometimes it's not only in cooking. If you see her hair, Delphine was doing her own hair. She didn't need to go to the salon. She didn't need to go to the salon. And when she do it, it's perfectly done. Perfectly done. And some others are asking her, why are you teaching when you have a skill of hair? You are a wonderful hairdresser. In another way, you can share with me that Delphine was another sort of all-in-one. She was the cheapest woman to take care of, because many men have problems. Their problem comes from the fact that the women start asking the money for hair and so on. But with her, there were no such thing, because the only thing that I did, I bought all the necessary tools for her to make her hair at home. And it's even what one of my best wishes for my girl also, if she can do it also like that. because doing it at home at the time of COVID was also a great advantage. Because even if you did have money, who will treat you? No one. I mean that it's very important to do it by your own. Delphine Kwamuo, my angel, you make the joy of our family, our community, our country, and the joy of Eswatini and Saint Michael. One thing Delphine Kwamuo liked the most was the sharing spirit. Because myself also, I grew in a family that sharing was one of our best gifts. Our house in Cameroon was the house that everyone get in, like a church. And for me also to have a wife like her, it was a blessing also. Because sometimes you may be good, but the wife may repel others. Now it will create a big havoc in the family. But what can you do? If you love her, you will consider it like that. I have to share what do I have to share, and she always finds something to share with others. Many people, well, since you arrived here at Saint Michael, in front of our yard, it was a bush. She always planned, what can you put there so that it can help us and help others? And even there now, if you pass there, you will find something. She always thinks, someone coming to our house, if when you are going, you can get something, it's a blessing. And sometimes she used even to make those packets and bring them to the association and share with others. And when I see all those things, I always tell myself, that is the wife that I wanted. That is the wife that I wanted. In addition, Delphine Kwamuo was a good teacher, very good teacher. And she always asked me, what can I do to improve the level of my learners? Some are not so committed. Remember this. You did it at Metropolitan. When you arrived, the students there were no willingness to work. But you put the strategy on place that helped. So that at the same year, at the end of the year, you get 100% pass result. Mean that no matter how the challenge can be, you will have the way out. Believe and just continue to be committed. God will help you. And truly speaking, she used to listen to me. Sometimes others were calling us, you are just like a hand and glove. The way you were, I'm asking myself sometimes, even if really quick twins can be like that. Because she really was a person that when she understands the need of something, the reason why she will do something, she will do it with all her heart. One particular example, always the health issue was the center of our preoccupation. Not because she was sick, just because they said we need to have a healthy family. And the first thing to do was reduce weight. By doing what? Not just through exercising, also by taking in consideration our diet. What I saw after it was wonderful. Sometimes Delphine will leave me on the bed at 4 o'clock. She's there on the ground running. Sometimes people may ask, do you have a problem with your husband? How can you be out at this time? She was just laughing. She was always focused in what she judged necessary. If it was just the thing of exercising, respecting diet, this thing could not happen. But there are situations that you and me cannot control. It was difficult. Okay, in the same way of her teaching career, she told me, what can I do to improve, to help those students? And she says, always tell me, some say that I don't understand French. I said, what can you do? Because if the teacher of French come now in class and start teaching in English, it's like English teacher now. You are no more a French teacher. But now, how can you do to accommodate well those who speak only English? How can you bring them to be attracted to your subject? You sat down and decide the best way is to go to school again. The first thing she said to me, in our school, usually you have shortage of English teacher. Sometimes some are sick, sometimes other reasons. But if I could enroll in English, when there is a problem, I will be able to assist. I just say, if it's like that, just go. And she started the course in Amadi, 5 years course. Delphine was not sleeping. After work, she needs first to take care of the house, cooking. After cooking now, preparing her lesson. And after preparing the lesson, she must study. Like that for 5 years. And successfully, she earned her certificate. But the dramatic part of it is, for the COVID reason, there were no graduation. Delphine passed with flowers, but she never touched the certificate. Sometimes I was asking myself some questions, but I reached some level that I realized that the best way to deal with it is don't continue asking questions, because I couldn't understand and my heart started beating in another speed. When I look beyond, I look the angels that she left me, my 2 boys that are doing now the 2nd year of master in Cameroon, and my little Venus La Fortune. I just say, I need to be strong. I need to be strong because all of them are looking at me. All of them are looking at me. Meanwhile, this is the message for you. Is to keep working hard, especially for the student. To keep working hard. And remember that hard working is just like a spice in the food. Because at the end of the day, what makes you enjoy your certificate is those hard moments that you pass through and you manage to overcome it. Anything that you accept to do it with all your heart. Do it with all your heart. Because use the time on your side profitably, because no one knows tomorrow. The good teacher that is with you now sees the opportunity to use the talent that he or she has, because when time comes, there should be no regret. You make sure that you did your best in a particular time. Thank you, students. I hope that the result of this year in French will be good as usual, because it was her passion. Even on her hospital bed, she was always thinking about you, students. I hope that the only thing that you can do to keep her memory alive is just continue working hard. And also that project of French club, please do it on her name. Continue doing it on her name. It will be also your way of contributing to her life. At the end, I thank all of you from near or from far away. All of you who are supporting us in this difficult moment. The love you show us, the support you give us, make us feel at home. Before you were thinking that you are Cameroonian. But truly speaking, what I saw, I realized that Eswatini becomes for us a home far away from home. And sometimes I'm asking myself, the support that you receive here, if you can receive it at home. Because you were so good for us. You rushed in time of need. When she was sick, you rushed. You were there for us. Thank you for your unconditional support and love. The disease robbed the angel, Delphine Kwamuo, from us. But nothing will rob her good deed and action in our daily life. May God take care of you and stay blessed. May the soul of my angel rest in peace.